Okay, so welcome to the episode 3 of the Cyber-Footdy podcast. In this episode of the Madridistas Nigeria that we normally discuss in our group, we have a guest from who is a lifelong Arsenal fan, Mr. Abdul Gulma, but we call him BossG. So please welcome to our podcast.
Thank you
Um,
very much.
Straight to it, there's no time to waste. Since it's still hot, congratulations once again on the victory. Well
Thank you very
deserved.
much.
I
Thank you
think
very
it
much.
has been coming. And personally, from a Madrid fan, I think it's the result of the hard work that didn't really show in terms of your league form, but then culminated in terms of the performances given in the Champions League. Um, so, first question: what shocked you mostly about this knockout stage this year? Mostly, from an Arsenal fan's point of view.
Uh, well, thank you very much for inviting me, first of all. But I think the very thing that shocked me about Madrid, especially, was lack of teamwork. Lack of teamwork. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yes. It was clearly they lacked cohesion together. They were not playing together. They were just individual players. It was as if they didn't know what to do. And even our players were shocked at some points. They even said it after the first leg. The first 45 minutes, they just realized Madrid were not going to play as a team. Some players were not tracking back. There was no communication. Some players were
Story
just
of the
standing
season.
and exactly. So our players just thought, why not have a go? Why not have a go? Since nobody's helping the defenders, your defense is already weak with plenty injuries. So our players just thought to have a go. It shocked me really. I was expecting a Madrid that will come and give us a lesson, with all the experience. and
Exactly. Mm. But I think for us Madridistas, we expected this because I would speak in terms of the Madridistas in Nigeria, in terms of our small group that we have in Nigeria. We
Mm,
are mostly lacking. We have the personnel are there in terms of attacking. We have
mm,
Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vini, Bellingham. What else could you ask in this modern world? But then
exactly.
when you look at it in terms of managing, they are not forced to track back. They are not forced to press. So if you're not pressing or you're not tracking back, what are you doing basically? So for us, we actually blame Carlo. Well, that is another discussion for another time. But then this is our own point of view, basically. So our next question will be in terms of your title hopes. Do you think it is still alive or it's still Liverpool inevitable for this season?
No, I think it's already too late for the Premier League title. Honestly, we we we're actually struggling with injuries as well this season. A lot of
Yeah,
injuries.
but mostly it's Saliba majorly.
Yes, no, but we lost Saka for 4 months. We lost Odegaard for 3 months. These are our key players, like our best, very top two players. So we lost them at critical points. And we've been playing without the striker. Havertz was trying. Havertz not. I don't even blame. I never blamed Havertz for all he has been doing because he's a midfielder playing as a nine, and people were like on him. But I don't really blame him. We don't have a striker in Arsenal, and we actually we lost. Gabriel has been our best defender this year, and like before the Madrid game, we lost him. So the league was just the league every week, every 3 days you have to play. And Liverpool were lucky with injuries. Salah, Van Dijk, all of them were available
Yeah,
all year round.
still fit. Yeah. Yeah, so injury problems are actually they are going to be the topics that we're going to be discussing for years to come because of the number of matches are being
Exactly.
increasing. And trust
Exactly.
me, after this Champions League campaign, you're still going to. I'm not sure if you're going to be involved in okay, maybe not in the FIFA Club World Cup. So, I mean, if every year you have this added on top of all your matches, all the cup competitions, the leagues, I mean, it's going to be very, very stressful. But anyway, I think complaining if we were officials would be sanctioned for that. But then, in any case, I wanted to get, since we don't have the Barca fan joining us now, I think he's running
Mm.
late. He's joining us from the UK, but yeah, I think it's going to be late. But then, in your own point of view, what do you think As an outsider to Real Madrid, what do you think our season has culminated so far, and what specifically would you, as an outsider, think is the main problem?
For Madrid, I think the injuries at the back didn't help. The injuries at the back, because to me the system looks like you guys are just reliant on individual brilliance. So by the
Exactly.
time you lose the key players at the back, and nobody's helping the ones that are coming in, like Asensio, Garcia, the young guys that are coming in, they need help. If you watch our match, Kivio and Luis Kelly, they always had Partey and Declan Rice
Covering.
helping them, covering
Exactly.
Martinelli always together with Luis Kelly helping him. So if you are putting in young players, you don't expect them to perform magic. You have to help them. And you guys have people like Asensio that he doesn't have the aggression, but he doesn't have the experience.
So
So,
should we think?
so I
Do you
think the
think
main
we should?
problem is, I don't think it's Carlo. Carlo, you guys have always thought of your players, your team as Galacticos. It has always been about individuals for Madrid.
Yeah, but you need somebody to stick everything together, like the Galacticos to come together, like Zidane did. All the BBC in
Yes.
front, everything to actually come together. You have BBC in front. You have the peak of Casemiro, Cruz, and Modric at the same time. You had Ramos and Varane at their peaks.
Ex-
I mean, everything to come together. You need somebody
So,
that
so, so
can do
that's
that.
what I'm saying. Zidane had those players. Those players, all of them are great players. You're calling all of them are top three in their positions, maybe in their generation. So Zidane just had to manage them as Galacticos. Currently, you guys don't have the caliber of players you had 5, 6 years ago. That's the fact of the matter. There are no players. They are no longer great players worldwide. The football is just the players they produce now are just, you don't have
Just like
individual
the
brilliance.
just like there's a such shortage of center forwards.
Exactly.
Yeah,
When we were young, like 20 years back, everything had like two or three
center
very good
forwards.
center forwards.
I
But
mean, if
now,
you look at a team like Man City has only one center forward recognized.
exactly.
Arsenal has zero. Maybe Jesus, but then
Just yeah,
uh,
exactly.
I mean we don't have as well. Mbappe is not a center forward, but we
Mbappe
are
is
still
not a striker. I agree with
we have
that.
zero center forwards. Yeah. So all the teams, I think, apart from teams like Barcelona that have Lewandowski and
Lewandowski is
uh,
getting old as well.
yeah, but they also have I think it's Pau Torres or something. Not Ferran
Yes,
Torres.
Ferran Torres.
There's
Ferran Torres.
no apart from Pau Victor. Yeah, there's Pau Victor, a young
Okay.
guy,
Okay, the
and
guy they bought
then
from Brazil.
yes, and also I mean Atletico have like two center forwards. So
Yes.
uh, these teams still can compete. I mean, when you look at the second half in the Arsenal game last night, we were just doing something we call cross and inshallah. There is no, we don't have a center forward that will head the ball like Joselu, like we used to have. Somebody
Yes.
recognized that
I
he
was I
has
was
aerial
surprised by that.
ability.
After all the noise you guys made during the week, even your players were on Instagram saying Wednesday, come back,
Remontada.
everything,
Yeah,
remontada. And I was actually surprised that if you guys were continue crossing just like that, we'll play till tomorrow and you guys will not score.
yeah. So that's why I still go back to Carlo. When you know that Arsenal as a team has survived at the top of the table or towards the summit as second or first, you on set pieces and you come with a plan, either with corners, because we had so many corners, but
Yes.
they were all useless. And how can you win against a team with that? It's like playing with Barca and saying you're not going to do counter attack this season. You understand? Like we did in the
It,
first leg.
it won't
Um,
work.
Mbappe was on offside like 1,000 million times.
I saw that.
Which every team that has beaten Barcelona, this, have beaten their offside trap. That is it. And still, the manager still wants to stick to his old guns. I mean, this is why there is a full topic here on Carlo's future. So should we stick with him regardless of
I
all the
saw, I saw, I
results
saw.
or not?
I think Carlo is going. I saw something on Sky Sport that's saying he's leaving after the Copa del Rey final.
I think your network is a bit,
Just if,
maybe when it comes back. Yeah, it's back now. It's okay.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
I said I saw something on Sky Sports about Carlo leaving after the Copa del Rey final.
Yes, we were discussing it this morning in our group as well. But then you don't know. We have a mafia boss in Florentino Perez. You never know what he's going to do. I wouldn't be surprised if he keeps him next season. This is or if he sacks him tomorrow morning. This is Florentino. They are very powerful people that you
Oh,
don't know how they're going to react. So, but in your own opinion, do you think Real Madrid should stick with him regardless of the results that we have had the season going into? We were in all competitions, but then currently La Liga is almost gone. Champions League is out. We only have Copa del Rey final against Barcelona, which is going to be, I won't say 50-50 because Barca are way ahead in terms of attacking against us, especially. So still, it goes back. Do you think we should keep Carlo, even though we don't have a
Carlo,
replacement lined
Carlo,
up? People have been talking
Carlo.
about uh, Alonso, but then we don't have somebody lined up.
You know, Carlo, Madrid is a different ball game. For example, for Arsenal, we're at rock bottom when we bought Ateta, somebody that has never managed before with no zero experience, and we bought Ateta and just
Yeah,
he gave us a plan, 5 year plan to compete for the league. His actual plan is 5 years before we start competing for the league, and we started competing for the league 2 years into his plan.
yeah.
But I think Carlo has done a great job. But I don't think modern managers that has to do with a lot of information, data. They use data a lot. These young managers. I think he couldn't cope with Ateta in 2 games because
So
Ateta
you are saying,
drilled. Ateta drills into.
are you saying that he is outdated currently?
He's currently outdated. That's my
Yeah.
opinion.
Okay. Um,
Because some of our players say Ateta usually uses data to tell them what will happen exactly in a match.
okay. Yeah, I understand the use of data. I think the person that actually started that data aspect was Jose Mourinho. It's time to
Yes.
study teams, whether to defend, park the bus, or attack, all these
Yes,
things, looking at
exactly.
tapes, looking at individuals, foul this player, playing
Mm,
positive or negative football. I mean, yes, I understand. And Carlo is just the motivator, just to talk, be
exactly.
calm. And I don't think Real Madrid is a club without patience. Nobody has patience in this club. Once you mess up, you're out. I mean, we've seen greats like Del Bosque and the rest, that have won
Even Carlo
Champions League and
himself
been,
has
yeah,
been won
yeah,
and been sacked, and he's back
yes.
again.
So, and he's back and he will be sacked most likely. So, well, moving on. I think for you, do you think between Vinny and Mbappe, who has been the better player or the flop, basically, this season?
This is I think obviously Mbappe has been a better player for you guys.
Exactly.
Vini, I don't know what happened to Vini. He lacks. I think he lacks hunger a bit. He's now showboating. He thinks he's on top of the world. He doesn't track back.
Do you
I
think
don't
it's
understand why Vini
the
doesn't track
aspects
back.
of, do you think the reason is because success came too early or something?
Most likely, he thinks
Two Champions
and
Leagues, one La
Champions
Liga.
League, and he thinks he was the best player in the world last year. So you have to do it again and again. That's what Ronaldo and Messi did. You have to do it again and again and
Exactly.
again. And again. You have to be hungry all the time.
Looking at the big picture in Europe, who has been the most underrated player in Europe, in your opinion? Underrated.
Underrated.
Mm.
Uh, I want to say a particular player. That's a tough question.
I can give you some options.
Give me some options.
There is Hoyson, because it's not necessarily Champions League, but European clubs, which includes
Mm.
England. The Hoyson is a defender, and then any player from Villa you can choose as well, because Villa is definitely underrated, and you can see their performances. You can
Mm-hmm.
see people performing at PSG, which are most likely your next opponent. That
Yes.
For me personally, I would choose the left back at PSG, the Mendes.
Mendes, yes.
I don't think there is any other left back in form right now. I mean, defensively and offensively at the same time, you know.
I would agree,
Uh,
honestly.
yes,
But
for me,
also,
that is him.
I think the midfielder as well in PSG, what's his name?
Vitinha,
Vitinha.
my God, what a
That guy
player!
is good.
Yes, what a player! Yeah, and he
You
has
know, at
been.
the beginning of season when we played PSG, I think they didn't gel. We won them
Yes,
2-0.
you won. Yeah.
They didn't
Do
gel
you
then.
think so? Get into that comment on that match. What do you think your next opponents, the outcome would be? Do you fancy your chances? Of course you will because you have a record previously in this season. But then, considering the form of PSG and form of Arsenal, where do you think what are your predictions for the next round?
It's very, very close. Let me start with that. But the only thing I'll say is Arsenal were very, very equipped to manage games. We know when
So
to
do you think
defend.
you would manage the speed of Dembele and Bracula on the
Yes,
wings?
yes. Don't you see how we manage Vinicius and Mbappe?
No, these are players at almost the bottom of their form, basically, in this season. So
I understand,
yeah, I
but
mean it's a contrast.
it's a contract.
Dembele has
In
hit
the last
top
two
form of
years,
his life.
we have not lost against any top six team in the Premier League. Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Tottenham. In the last 2 years, we have not lost against any top six team. So we
Yeah,
know how to play
okay.
the big games now. We know how to manage them. Some games we defend, some games we attack, some games we use position. That's the problem. We know how to hold the ball. Even yesterday against Madrid, when you guys were pushing for a goal, when we get the position, it's very hard for you guys to collect it. And you guys end up fouling us. After every 5 minutes, there's a foul.
Yeah.
Because we know
Game
how to keep
management
the
has
ball.
been way better. Yes, exactly.
Exactly. So, and you guys were getting frustrated because we hold the ball and you guys are trying to attack. You guys are looking for goals and we delay the game, we slow down the game. So, we're not going to, like, it's the way we play Liverpool, for example, with the Mohamed Salah. We're not going to come out all out and say, like a ping pong with PSG, and say, let's see who can run fast. We're not going to do that. We're going to slow the game very much. And
Yeah.
the speed of Dembele will not even show.
So, yeah, I hope that can be executed more theoretical than practical than theoretical. So,
That's usually how
yeah.
people will expect an explosive game, but I don't think it will be an explosive game because we know our weaknesses and we know our strengths. So we're not going to allow that.
So, one of the final questions is w- generally in Europe, in terms of the leagues, how would you rank the leagues? Do you think Premier League is still the best? La Liga, Bundesliga, and the top five leagues. Which one do you think is the best so far? Unpopular
Uh,
opinion.
I think the problem is, I think all the leagues are different. I think all the leagues are different because
So, are you
technically,
of the opinion?
um,
Technically, do you think
technically, I think
La
La Liga
Liga,
is the best.
then
Technically,
physically
La
and
Liga is the
more
best.
high-paced
But when you're talking of
Premier League?
competition, yes, Premier League, I think the competition in Premier League, and it has to do with finance as well. The lower clubs in Premier League have more money available than the lower clubs in La Liga, and football is all about business now. So the quality of players, a team like Aston Villa is currently in like I think seventh or eighth in the Premier League, and the quality of players they can pull like Rashford, Asensio, and the rest. A team in La Liga and it can doesn't have the finance to to
Yeah,
attract
exactly.
such players.
Mm-mm.
So the Premier League is very, very competitive at the moment,
Okay.
mainly because of the money. But technically, I think La Liga is still ahead. They have
When you look at your teams, the technical people are all imports from La Liga mostly. You
exactly
have, yeah. Mm.
apart from
So,
Saka and Martinelli.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So the last, we have a fun segment called This or That normally. So it's for you to either choose. So, firstly, for you, I would ask you to choose if in an Arsenal team, would you choose Guardiola or Arteta in terms of coaching?
In terms of coaching,
Hmm.
ah, I Guardiola is number. Yeah, to me, Guardiola is the best manager of all time. So,
Win Premier League or Champions League?
that's very hard. Champions League, because we've never won
Yeah.
it before.
Saka or Vini?
Saka.
So the atmosphere in the Emirates or the atmosphere in Highbury?
Recently, Emirates, because recently Ateta has done a great job with the community, and the the fans are corresponding well as well.
Um, so would you prefer to watch a match at a rival fans with rival fans or in silence at home, only you?
Rival fans all day long, all day
Okay.
long. Where I watch football recently is in Bella, a place called Bella in Abuja, and with the Mushishi, all those Manu guys, Madrid guys, the Mamin Ozigis, all of them. I'm always there's no fun in watching game without rival fans. You know? The banter is just too sweet too.
Thierry Henry or Kylian Mbappe?
Ori all day long.
So the Madrid version.
Yes.
Just one aspect for you to just um, Camp Nou atmosphere or Santiago Bernabeu magic.
Santiago Bernabeu, the magic. We were expecting the magic yesterday, and the magic
Yeah,
just wasn't
I
there.
saw actually saw the comments from Arteta saying that he has never coached as a coach in Madrid, and he was surprised that the reality is there, even though the performance was not there, but the atmosphere was that he lost
Unbelievable.
his game plan also at the beginning because of the atmosphere, but then the team recovered, which is,
Yes,
I mean,
the magic of
yeah.
Madrid is just unbelievable.
Okay, so hopefully, I think finally we will conclude with next steps going forward in terms of we've discussed about the chances of the Premier League, which is very slim, but then against PSG, just I need your predictions for home and away. Then we conclude.
I think it will be a close game. I think it will be a close game. I think we'll draw at their home. Do you want me to give you scores or just
No,
the
no, no,
outcome?
just predictions. No, no,
Yes, I think we'll draw at their. We're playing there first on 29th April, I
which is an
think.
advantage. Yeah.
Yes,
Mm.
I think a draw at Paris and a win at the Emirates.
Declare Rice again to have the man of the match.
Osaka.
Yeah, since he's coming back to form, yeah, I
Yes.
would expect that. Okay. Thank you very much,
Thank
BossG.
you for having
We
me.
hope to see you more. I think in a more explosive one. We're not going to be like 4 or 5.
Yes.
Especially as the next level of Champions League and the league also finishes, we would like to invite you on a more explosive one.
No problem. Thank you
Okay,
for having
thank
me.
you. Thank you. See you.
See you.